Hello everyone, it's day 39 of my uh, Webflow journey, and today we're gonna learn about the fluid responsiveness and the clamp. And so this is one of the most important things because we can use fluid tokens instead of dozens of breakpoints, and everything will be much more fluid and responsive. And now we're gonna see how this is going to work. So this is the clamp, and we have a minimum property. This is the smallest value that is allowed to be, for example, 1 rem. And this is the preferred size, a fluid value that grows or shrinks with the viewport. And this is the max size, the largest value it can reach. And we can use the clamp mostly for the font size, for the spacing, for the padding, gaps, and component size. And let's see how everything works. I have an HTML structure here. I'm just gonna copy and paste it. This has a title, a paragraph, and a button. And let's style it real quick. I have the code here. So we have some simple style. Let's use this so we can test the responsiveness. And now let's try to add some variables, and we're gonna use the clamp method. So we have the root, and let's create font size title, and say clamp, and the minimum value will be 1.2 rem. So this is the smallest the size can be. The preferred size will be 3 viewport width. So for example, if the viewport width is for example 700 pixels, 3 viewport width is 3%, so 0.3%, and this means 18 pixels. It's gonna be 18 pixels. This will be the preferred size, and of course it will be the preferred size will be 3% viewport width. And if it the size go way smaller, like 300 pixels, and 300 pixels multiplied by 3%, this is 9 pixels. And for example, if we get to this, then it will gonna use this value, the 1.2 rem. This will be the minimum value. It will never go below this. And let's give a maximum value, 2 rem. And this is how the clamp works. And let's this for the title. Let's make a comment. This will be for the fluid title scale. And let's make for the fluid body scale. Let's say font size body and clamp 0.9 rem. This will be the preferred size. And now we have our variables using clamp. So this will be the minimum size when we're this will be the minimum size, this will be the preferred size, 2% of the viewport width will be the preferred size, and this will be the maximum size, 1.1 rem. And let's now use it to see how it works. Let's select our card title. We can see here card title, title, and let's use our variable font size variable, and let's use the font size title. And now we're using our variable, and let's just give a margin bottom 12 pixels, and let's give the responsive variable for the text. We're gonna see how it works. Just a second. Use our other variable for the body text. Margin bottom 16 pixels. And now we have our fluid responsive text. So let's see if they grow with the... I can't see a lot of... Let's say preferred size 5, 10. It's not working. We have a mistake somewhere, I think. But where? Card title, font size title, font size title, bump. Okay, now it works, but what I did, where was my mistake here? Oh, there shouldn't be a space here. Careful, guys. We can't have a space here. So let's make it 20 viewport width size. Let's so it's not working. Why it's not working? Now it's working. We can see the text of the title changing with the scale. But what was my mistake? Here we shouldn't have spaces. Or what? Or we should have? No, mine is not working. And now it's working. Strange. Okay, let's say 10 viewport height. Now it's not working. With 3, it's working. Oh, because the maximum is 2. If we say 10 and make the maximum will be 20 RAM, now it's gonna be bigger. And now it's gonna scale with the resolution. Okay, let's leave it at 3 and with 2 RAM, and we can see it's working very good. When the the screen is getting smaller. And when it's getting bigger, we can see the text changing the size very fluidly. And let's see here. What's the problem? The paragraph text is not very responsive. I don't know why. Maybe let's change this to 2 rem as well. And this to 1. And this to 3. I don't think the paragraph text is working. I don't know why. The title text is working like it should, but the card text is not scaling. But why? Let me change the... Let's change this to the... like the title should have the same. But it's not working. This text is not changing size. Font size, card text. Let's see if I give it this var to this text. It's still not... okay. Now it's working. So there is something with the variable. I did something wrong with the variable. Okay, now it's working. The text. You can see the paragraph is getting... let's make it a little bit bigger. The maximum size, the minimum size a little bit smaller. So we can see how it changes. Oh, here, that was the mistake I had. This stupid... okay. But let's change this to viewport 0.9 and this to 1. And now you can see everything is very fluid. The text. So we did our first fluid responsive variables. They work great. And what all this means, this is the minimum value, so when we go to the smallest value, it will never get smaller than 1 2 point rem. Else, the preferred size will be 3% of the viewport width. So, and the maximum of 2 rem. If we give this 5 rem, the maximum will be 5 rem. Now, when we increase the viewport width, it's gonna scale and get much bigger. But 2 rem is enough. We don't wanna get it more than 2 rem. And in between, you can see the fluidness of the size. Okay, nice. And if we give this the maximum size of 2 rem, now if we scale, this will gonna catch the size of the title. Let's see. See, up, and now it has the same size of the title. 2 rem. I get it. It's very nice. And what else should we do? Let's make 2 more variables for the spacing and see how they work with spacing scale. And let's make a space m, and let's say clump 12 pixels to viewport width 24 pixels, and close this, and space 1 and clamp it 16 pixels to viewport viewport width and 32 pixels. And now we have our spacing variables. And let's see how they're gonna work. So we will need a background color here. Let's target the card and say background and choose this color and give a width of 320 pixels. Why? Let's say red color. Why are we not changing the... Because we had to, we can't just add the variables. We have to add them here in the root. Okay. And now we have our background. Let's use this color because this red is a little bit annoying. Let's give a border radius of 12 pixels. So it's a little bit round. And let's use our first variable for padding. Let's say space 1. And we can see space L, not 1. It's a mistake here. This should be L and M. This will be the bigger, and this will be the smaller padding. And let's see how they work. So we can see it's changing, the padding, and it's fluid. We can see how fluidly let's use them on the button so we can see even better. Let's target the button and use our base M variable, and for the horizontal padding the space L. And now we have our button. Let's give it a background color of 63, 66, F1. Okay, now we have, let's remove the border none, the text, the color of the text to white. Let's give a slight border radius so it looks more polished. And the cursor, let's set it to pointer. And now let's see, when we resize it, it should get bigger. And you can see it, guys. And when it's getting smaller. Everything is very fluid. Great. Very nice. And what else should we do? Let's play with the gap. Let's add the gap here. And say with gap scale. And let's create our variable. Clump. 12 pixels. To viewport. And 20 pixels. So the minimum, the gap will be 12 pixels. The maximum will be 20 pixels. And the preferred size will be to viewport width. And let's see how it's gonna work. Here in the cart, we can just add, let's first set it to flex. We need to set it first to flex to use the gap. Let's say display flex. Let's make it the direction of column. And now let's give our gap variable. Let's put it to use. Gap M. And we could see the gap. And now when we stretch, we should see the gap getting bigger and getting smaller with when we let's actually I can't I can't put it down horizontally to see the gap expanding. But it's working, guys. This is fluid responsive. And that is how the clump is working. We can see the padding is changing, the gap is changing, Actually, the gap will gonna change if somehow shrink this. But I don't know how to do it here in CodePen. But it's gonna work. And we can see the button. Everything is working like it's supposed to work. What did we do here? Uh, that's it, guys. We used our first. Let me see something. Okay. We didn't stop the button like we should. Doesn't matter. We just wanted to see how the QAMP works. And the QAMP will be super important because I plan to start learning the Lumos framework. And I know that Timothy Rix is using the fluid responsive QAMP method everywhere. On every size unit, on the gap, on the text, on the containers, on the component sizes, padding, spacing, font size, everything. And this is the most modern way to write responsive CSS using the QAMP. So we have to get used to use it when we want to make something responsive. And that's it for today, guys. We now know what QAMP is, and that's enough. In the future, we're gonna dive deep into when we start using it. We will learn exactly how to use it. But for now, just knowing that it exists and how it works is enough. With practice, we will get better. Thank you for watching. Bye bye. See you tomorrow.